Hello and welcome to Nature Day's outdoor learning resources, sponsored by the Gower Society. But it's not the day, it's actually the night. Hello, it's me. Now, the reason I'm out here in the dark is because your challenge for today or tonight, or any day actually until the 14th of February, is to undertake a star count. This is a special count which is undertaken by the Countryside Agency, and they want everybody to take part in counting the stars, but not all of them. And they want you to try and do it between the 6th and the 14th of February. So tonight is a really good night because it's a clear night. So between now and Sunday, have a look at the weather forecast and see where you've got a clear sky. Now, if it's a clear sky, it means it's going to be very cold. So make sure you wrap up warm. And I'll show you how to count the stars. So once you're outside and you're warm, you need to get used to the dark. So you need to stay outside for about 10 minutes to get your eyes used to the lack of light. Okay, so try and turn off all the lights that are around you if you can. So turn off lights in your house, turn off any torches or any screens, and just get your eyes used to the dark. And then when you look up, you should be able to see some of the stars. Now we need to look south. Now if you're not sure which direction that is, we're looking for the constellation of Orion, which is a really, really obvious constellation. And I was going to show you with the camera, but my camera won't pick it up. So I'm just going to show you with a picture. There, you can just about make it out there. I don't know whether you can, but I'm going to try and show you here, and then I'll show you with the photo as well. So we have got an orangey star up here. There, see what I'm pointing at? That orangey star there, that's the left hand corner, that is Betelgeuse. That is the star we need to start with. And then we go along a line here and it hits another star. And then we need to come down as a rectangle. And then down here there is another star. This is Rigel. And then go across in a rectangle and then back up to Betelgeuse. And in the middle, along here, there are 3 stars which are Orion's belt. And I think if you take into account Orion's belt and you start from Betelgeuse and go like this, it actually looks like a sweetie wrapper, like that, like a quality street. So what you need to do is to get that rectangle from Betelgeuse down to Rigel, along like that rectangle, and you need to count how many stars you can see inside that rectangle. So include the 3 stars, if it's only 3 you can see for Orion's belt. We can just about see them there. So 1, 2, 3. So count those are your 3 that you probably will see at least. And then just see how many more you can see in that rectangle. Oh, there you go. You can just see the other part of Orion coming up. So there you go. That's the other corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our rectangle. So inside that rectangle there, we are going to count how many stars we can see. So there we've got Betelgeuse, top left, Rigel, bottom right, and a rectangle between those 2. That's where you're counting. So, don't need a telescope or anything. They want to know how many stars you can see with the naked eyes. So don't use binoculars or a telescope. Just wait till your eyes are accustomed and then start counting. And while you're waiting, you can have a look for satellites. So if you see any stars which are moving in a line, very straight line, then you might see a satellite. And if you're very lucky, you might see a shooting star. Now, once you've done that, you need to upload your results onto the CPRE website or the Countryside Agency website and tell them how many stars you saw inside the Orion constellation. And again, you're taking part in citizen science. If you put up your data onto the website, then they'll be able to collate it with loads of other places. But you might think, well, don't astronomers know how many stars there are in the Orion? But it's not about how many stars are there because we're not counting them all. What we're actually contributing to is to find out where the darkest skies are in the UK. So I'll be counting the stars here on Gower in Wales, and you might be counting them somewhere else, maybe close to a city or maybe even more wilderness where it's even darker. So they can map out where the darkest skies are in the UK. And dark skies are really important. They're important so that we can see the stars, but it's also really important for wildlife. So there's a lot of animals that need dark skies to be able to navigate. So lots of birds can navigate by stars, or we've got bats, of course, and moths. So if there isn't a dark sky, then they get very confused and they can start following things like headlights or other bright lights in the countryside, and then they get really lost, or they can get into trouble. So it's really important that we have these dark skies. So please do contribute to the star count. Remember, you've got to do it before the 14th of February. When you've finished, go back inside and get warm because it's very cold. And I'll see you again for our next and our last one until half term. Actually, we've got Valentine's Day next, and then that's the last one we're going to have until after half term. And have a lovely half term.